Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Pharaoh Iron and Customs. Today, what I want to do, if I have enough time to get it all done, I would like to make this as a valance panel that goes underneath the front of the engine on the 50. I just kind of want to get into some fabrication stuff. I feel inspired to do some fabrication stuff. This should be a fairly simple panel to make. There's not a lot left of it for me to go on, so I'm gonna have to start kind of shaping it and get it where I think it's right. So what I've got is before I can make this, I need something to make the louvers. I don't have louvering dies for my bead roller. I don't have a machine to stamp out dies, louvers. So what I did was I went online and did a search yesterday, and I come up with a site. I'll leave that link in the description. It's madaboutmorgans.com. I think it's .com. Yeah, madaboutmorgans.com. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of 1/8 flat bar, and we're going to cut the shape of the louver in the 1/8 flat bar. And then we're going to take a piece of hardwood. I don't have any oak this size, so I'm using a piece of poplar. Poplar's still hardwood. And then the bottom will be just flat. I've already cleaned these up on the, I changed over to the flat platen on my belt grinder and clean these plates up, and you can really tell if you look at that one how flat bar is not flat. You'd have to sand another 10 thousandths off of that to actually be flat. So what I'm going to get into is figuring out what size these louvers need to be and making this. Oh, and you have to make a couple of tools. So I got some scrap here. If these are just some leftovers, I made a guitar out of a pallet, and this is oak, and this may be oak, red oak, or it may be, I think it's red oak. So what you got to do is you got to cut off and make a tool to make the shape of the louver out of wood. And you could probably use metal, but on that site they use wood. So I'm going to get out, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to make the I'm going to make this first, the die first, and then I'm going to come back and we'll start making the tools to make it with. And we're going to try to make a few louvers and some scrap metal, and if that works out, then I will probably do a second video on making that panel itself, because I want this video just to be about making the tool. So anyway, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've got the form made. I'll get the camera and show y'all in just a minute what it looks like. And I made the striker tool, and all this is a piece of hardwood shaped like you want the louver to be shaped, and I put a piece of 1/8 inch on the back side of it, so that when you're going down in the form, you're running against a piece of steel rather than a piece of wood and chewing it up. Now this actually turned out a whole lot better than I was anticipating, because my form is nowhere near perfect, so you don't have to make the form 100% perfect for it to turn out. You can already tell the oil cannon from where you've stretched the metal. But now where it was messed up was I had this profile too sharp right here, and it was creating divots right here. So I'll give you a close-up of the form. Is right here, and all it is I decided to just screw it down. I didn't have any sheet metal screws to you know, thread it together or whatever. So I just took some sheetrock screws and screwed it right down in my little work surface here. And it's tight. I've got a clamp here and I've got a C-clamp to help hold it. And I think that's probably all you need. So I'm going to make another, I've got a couple more cut out. Let's see. All right, and this is what I'm doing. I'm just taking, I could have done this to start with, cut the lines out. I kind of figured out on the tool, I can go with a 2-inch center on the tool. You want to make sure, I messed up this one a little bit, I cut it too much, but you know, we're gonna still try to do it anyway. And I want to get some smaller blades, so what I'm trying to do is just line that edge up right there, and then I'm taking the clamp. I got a long C-clamp, and I may actually move this on the bench so that I got a little more purchase with this clamp. Tighten it down, and I got a pair of, oh, I cleared the table off and everything went away from here. So I've just got a pair of these metalworking vice grips, and oh, I moved everything. So what I'm going to use on this, let's see, did that move? I don't think so. Move that out of the way. Is just a rubber mallet, or this is it's rubber on one side and composite on the other, and you just want to tap it. You don't want to work it fast. Get right up to the edge. Back to this edge. I need to do a little different, something different with these clamps. Now, plans call for a block to go in here and a shaping tool. I don't have any metal currently, or I mean any hardwood big enough to make the tool, wide enough to make the tool out of. And that I do have, I've got plans for using it to make guitars later on. So that one turned out a little better. It's still got a little bit of a roughness, if you can see that. And I don't have the screen where I can see it, so there's a little bit of roughness there. But I don't think that's bad for the second one that I've done. Now what I do want to do, let me turn this around so I can see. What I do want to do is get a thinner blade to cut the slits with. I was going to use my Dremel tool, but the collet in the Dremel tool is messed up, and it's and it is not holding like it's supposed to. Like I said, just take it slow. We're trying to win no races here. And I slowed up on that one a little bit, and it turned out a little better. I could have worked. As a matter of fact, I don't want to put a bunch of dents in it. So, yeah. Like I said, I just started slowing up on what I was putting on the edges. And I think it turned out really good. So, I mean, that's the first 3 louvers I've ever done. And obviously, if you're gonna, I need to make these holes smaller, the stop holes smaller, and use a smaller blade to cut them out with. But if you're gonna be making louvers and gonna be making smaller louvers, you'd have to make one of these for every size louver you were gonna make. But like I said, I'm not dissatisfied with that. As a matter of fact, I may not even make the tool to straighten it out with, because probably the only 2 louvers that I'll ever make to go on a car are going to be these, unless there's a few on the inner fender wells that that may have to be repaired. And if so, that's the only ones I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a fan of louvers. I mean, I think they look good on some of these older cars running around and stuff, but it's not my thing. So this is going to get the panel made for me, and you know, perfect. Like I said, if you want to put more time into it and make yours better, make yours nicer, I had a piece of I think nylon, and it was hard to work. It was melting, so it was very hard to work. So you could make the form all from steel if you had something to machine out a thick enough piece of steel, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And I don't know if I'll get back out here today and make that pan, because I kind of intended on taking the rest of the day off. But if not, it'll be tomorrow's video, making that cover to go back in the front of the car. So, like I said, thank you very much for watching, and appreciate all the likes and comments that you guys are leaving. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.